just want to thank you guys for being here this evening. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Venus Day. All right. To all of you lovebirds out there in the world, whether you're catching this live or catching the replay. And for those of you who are single, again, happy Venus Day, because, just because you don't have a significant other doesn't mean that you cannot have self-love for yourself. It doesn't mean that you can't practice self-love as well. Okay? Today is a good day for that. All right? So, if you are watching this, and you probably already saw the title, and you know that we're going to be doing a reading today for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay? And also I'm also going to mention Venus as well. If you have a Virgo, Venus in Virgo, this could potentially apply to you as well. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna get started. I hope you guys have had an amazing day thus far. And like I said, if you're catching this now or later, comment below where you are chiming in from. I'd love to know. All right. Today has been an interesting day for myself. Actually, for probably many of us. I know that Saturn is in Aries right now, and as well as Neptune is in Aries as well. So definitely shout out to my Aries gang. I have a Aries moon, so I definitely understand the assignment. For all of my Aries people out there in the world, your reading will be coming up soon, so definitely make sure that if you have not subscribed, that you subscribe, so that way you can and hit the bell notification, so that way you can catch when the Aries reading comes along. Okay, but for my Virgos, this reading is for you. So if you found this reading, then clearly there is a message that needs to be shared with you. Okay, so I am just going to shuffle the cards a little bit. Give me a moment to do that, because I want to make sure that it's as authentic as it can be. All right, and let me actually, I forgot to light my candle. And if you are not a Virgo, if you're a cross watcher, definitely make sure to share this with your fellow Virgo. All right, share this with them. Perhaps this is they'll get something out of this reading. And this is a general reading for Virgo, so not every Virgo is the same. Okay, so take what applies and let the rest fly. All right, that's what I have to say about that. Okay, all right. And if perhaps at any point while I'm doing the reading, if you feel like something is resonating with you, let your girl know in the comments. Okay, definitely. All right. Hello, Matthew. Welcome into the room. Welcome into the room. We're doing Virgos right now. We are doing Virgos right now. What's your birthday? That's a good question. You asked what your star sign is. When is your birthday? Hello, Maria. Welcome into the room. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining in. Hope you guys have had a lovely day. So we're going to be doing a love reading for our Virgos out there, and we want to see what's on the horizon for you guys coming up in your love life, whether you are in a committed relationship, or if you are single looking for love. We're going to see what Spirit has to say. All right, let's shuffle this one more time. All right, Virgo. And before we just really dive into this, I do want to take a moment just to honor and thank the Most High for allowing me to be here this evening with you guys. And I ask that the Most High allow me to be able to deliver the message and share the message that you would like for me to share with our fellow Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising individuals. All right. Okay. So the first card that has popped up is the retreat card. Okay? And that says that it's time to disconnect from the world, Virgo. You need to go on a vacation. Some of you have been working a little bit too hard. Maybe you need to go on a retreat with your boo or your husband. Let's see what our spirit has to say for you guys. So for some of you Virgos out here, this retreat, or rather vacation time, is about working on your relationship, Virgos. Okay, it says give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership, Virgo. Work on your partnership. So maybe you guys need to take a vacation, or you just need to retreat, whether if it's a staycation or just retreating for the weekend and not answering any phone calls or what have you. But for whatever reason, Spirit wants you to hone in on your relationship a little bit more. All right? Let's see. And then Spirit also wants you to keep an open mind. Okay? So for some of you Virgos out there, Spirit wants you to keep an open mind. It says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay? So perhaps this could be, a Virgo who is in a new relationship, right? With someone that has like maybe a different background or comes from a different background. Maybe they're just different from the type of person that you normally date. But nevertheless, Spirit wants you to definitely work on that partnership, okay? Give it some attention, Virgo. Okay? Because whoever this is, Virgo, this is either someone you're currently married to, which is what I originally said. For those of you, who are married, definitely you need to focus on your husband, wife, and give some attention, to the relationship, because it says that this situation involves marriage. Okay, for some of you there could be marriage on the horizon, right, with this particular person who's not your usual type, right, or the usual type of person that you normally date, okay, or involve yourselves with. Yeah. So Spirit wants you to flirt. They want you to retreat. Spirit wants you to have a great weekend, Virgo. Do a little flirting. Maybe bring some spice back into the relationship. Incorporating some more flirting. So for those of you out there who are married Virgos, maybe you guys haven't been flirting with each other enough. Sometimes people get a little stagnant in their relationships, right? And you stop flirting and you stop dating with each other, right? And so you get into a routine, you go to work every day, and you just stop doing the things that brought you guys together originally, which was flirting, right? Flirting with each other, going on dates, maybe taking a vacation with each other every now and again, right? So Spirit wants you to refocus on that. Refocus on that, Virgo. Okay? Yeah. And maybe for some of you, because you haven't been doing, especially for my married in Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, maybe for some of you, the reason Spirit wants you to give your relationship a chance is because maybe you've been having some issues because of the fact that you don't really have as much spice in your relationship as you should. You're not doing enough flirting with each other. Okay? And for whoever Virgo this resonates with, okay? Whoever, hello, how are you, Coco? So for whatever Virgo this person is your true love. They are your true love, okay? And if it's a newer relationship, right, that's potentially heading to wedding bells, Virgo, right, in the future, Spirit wants you to know that this is your true love, okay? This is your true love. So just do a lot of flirting, okay? And keep an open mind. Okay? Keep an open mind about the relationship. All right? So if you didn't have validation before, there you go, Virgo. There you go. All right? There you go. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Virgo, I don't know how else to really say this. Like, playfulness, flirting. Like, Spirit wants you to get to it. Okay? Get to it and get to it quickly. All right? Yeah, it says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. What I've been saying the whole time, Virgo. You need to get back to flirting. And if you're not in a committed relationship, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, then you need to get out there. You need to get out there, put on your best outfit, okay? Put on your best shoes, your best outfit, your best smelling cologne or perfume, and you need to get out there and you need to do a little flirting, okay? And maybe the retreating for you Virgos, single Virgos, is about taking a vacation, right? Going on a vacation, and you might run into or meet someone who is from a different background, which is why you need to keep an open mind. And that person might turn out to be your true love, Virgo. Okay? So that's for my single Virgos out there. Those are for my single Virgos out there. All right? And even the retreat could be somewhere, that's like spa-like type energy. Okay? So when we think of retreating, we think about relaxing, unwinding, things of that nature. Okay? So who knows, where single Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, who knows where you might meet that person. Okay? So definitely. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got. I'm excited for you guys, Virgo. I really am. I'm excited. If you're looking for love, there's your validation. And if you're in a romantic relationship, if you're married already, then you know what you got to do. You got to get a little bit more playful, a little bit more flirty. Pull out, the gadgets and things and whatnot, to make things a little bit more, fun and playful. Okay? Yeah. So, this goes back to my single Virgos, those of you who are newly in a relationship with each other, with someone from a different background. This card says getting to know each other, right? So as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond will deepen. But this is also for the married couples as well, I feel like, because, some of you may need to, go retreat by yourselves, go close off somewhere, and just really open up to each other, right? And get to know each other on a deeper level. Just because you're married to someone doesn't mean that you know everything about them. Doesn't mean that, there isn't something pondering on their heart that they need to share with you, right? Or, again, maybe it's just, getting to know each other on a more deeper romantic level. I want to be very careful how I word things here on YouTube, right? You might need to get to know each other in a different type of way, okay? Through some playfulness and some flirting, okay? So again, this is about deepening the bond, Virgo, for you in your relationship, and this is what Spirit wants you to do. So if you hadn't, you've been talking about with your loved one about taking some time off, maybe traveling, going on a vacation, a private vacation with each other, that is your validation that Spirit wants you to retreat, okay? All right? And like I said, for my single Virgos, if you've been thinking about vacationing, who knows, you might run into someone from a different background, and that might end up being your true love. So don't be afraid to flirt a little bit, okay? Don't be afraid to flirt a little bit. That's awesome. I love it. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you guys really quickly. I'm going to pull an oracle card. And again, if this resonates with you, definitely, let your girl know. Comment in the comment section and let me know. And let's pull an oracle card and let's see. Let's see what we got coming from this oracle deck here as it relates to your love life. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right. Oh, that's too many cards. Too many cards, Spirit. Too many. All right, let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this card that fell out here says passion ignited. So it definitely confirms that you guys need to be a little bit more playful, and that you guys need to retreat, and you need to put some passion back into your relationship. But the moving on card came out for me. Okay, and what I'm picking up from that is, for some of you, and especially the ones that are, I would say, that are in committed relationships. I'm not just going to say married, right? Because you can be in a committed relationship and you could be like, it could be like a common law spouse. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean you got to be married to them. But for some of you, this retreat is very important for your relationship purposes. Okay? It's important for your relationship purposes. For some of you out there, you have been in a romantic situation with someone, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, with someone who is a true love, right? They definitely are your true love, okay? But I feel like because you guys have not been spending enough time getting to know each other, someone is either prepared to move on, wanting to move on, or perhaps have already moved on, right? Because there has not been enough time, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, shared with one another, retreating and spending private quality time with each other, right? There hasn't been enough of that going on. It hasn't been enough of that flirting going on and playfulness going on with each other when you're spending time with each other. I mean, this is definitely a relationship. If that is you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or you're a cross watcher, okay, you know, Spirit wants you to give the relationship a chance, okay? If this is in fact your situation, okay? They want you to give the relationship a chance because it's true love, right? But there hasn't been enough time spent, right? And so because of that, someone is moving on, or is going to potentially move on, Virgo, if they haven't already. So something has to give, right? Like I said, Virgo, I don't know if it's you or the person you're with, but something has to give. There has to be some retreating going on, some more getting to know one another through some, very deep private conversations, and keeping an open mind, okay? But either way, whether if it's, I guess you consider, because it don't necessarily have to be bad, right? When we're talking about moving on, but I mean, it could revitalize things if there is a conversation that's had and more effort and time put into this relationship that is either a relationship that is, already sealed with marriage, or has the potential to be. Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Spiritual union comes up for this particular relationship. So this is a spiritual, I don't know how better this can get. Like, this is your true love. You guys are connected through a spiritual union as well. You're spiritually connected with each other. Okay? So this is definitely a relationship, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, that is worth the effort and time, right? That needs to be put in for you guys to continue to blossom and be healthy and, yeah. Yeah, Virgo. Don't give up on the relationship. Okay? Don't give up on it. Don't give up on it. Do some more flirting, honey. Because like I said, if you're not already married, there's definitely the potential for a wedding. If you're not already married. Okay? Let me see what else we got here. Yeah. Like I said, for some of you, there's been a disconnect. That person is bored, right? Because maybe there's been too much working going on. We've been overly focused on our career. We've been overly focused in a certain area of our life, right? Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, that it has caused a disconnect, right? In the relationship. And so, like I said, Spirit wants you to hone back in. Hone back in on the relationship, Virgo. Okay? Because otherwise, someone is going to move on. Someone is going to move on. Absolutely. Okay? This particular message was for someone in particular. Who maybe there's been some issues, maybe your spouse or you have been complaining, we need to spend more time with each other, we need to, let's go on a vacation, let's go on a trip, For someone in this particular situation, there has been conversations, there's been words that have been exchanged, and Spirit wants you to rehome back into your relationship, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, okay? But for those of you who are not in this particular situation, Spirit still wants you to give a little time and give a little love to your relationships, okay? Because we all need them. Regardless, even if it's healthy, we all need them. Okay, we need to take some time and just, tune everybody else out and focus on, that person that's important to you. Okay, I'm gonna pull, I think, one final card here. One final card, and then we're gonna close this thing out. And I just want to thank you guys for being here while I did this reading this evening. Again, I hope it resonated with you. If it did, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know where you're chiming in from. I definitely would love to know what part of the world that you are chiming in from. So the third eye card came out, and for me, energetically, I feel like for some of you Virgos, you have already known or felt this coming. Maybe you saw it in a dream, right? Maybe you saw it in a dream, right? And this could definitely be for the Virgo, sun, moon, and rising who's in the situation where there could potentially be someone moving on because they are bored and disconnected from the relationship, right? So I feel like to some degree, and Virgos are naturally, in tune anyway. So I feel like you kind of saw this. You foresaw this coming, Virgo, okay? Or maybe you have had a dream, a premonition of some sort where you've been told that you need to take a vacation and you need to take time off and you need to hone in on your relationship more. Who knows what type of dream that was you had. But I feel like you've had it and it's came to you in a vision of some sort, right? And this is why the third eye card has jumped out here for you guys. But given that both of these have a 6 on that, I energetically feel like it has something to do with this particular relationship or this particular Virgo, sun, moon, and rising who has experienced someone saying they want to move on, or you're the person who has said that to someone, or it's leading down that path, right? Because we've had way too many conversations about needing to retreat and spend some alone time with each other. Okay? Yeah. So, Virgo, either way, I am cheering you on. I wish you nothing but the best when it comes to whatever you decide to do with your relationship, but just know that, this is a relationship that is worth all of the effort that needs to be put in to rekindle things, Spend the money on the cruise ticket or the flight, or if you can't afford to do that, have a staycation, go to a local, hotel and spend a weekend closed off from the world. Or if you can't do that, just create a romantic environment right in your home and shut the phone off for the weekend, and just go out and get some good food and some strawberries and whipped cream and all that good stuff, right? Some chocolate, and have a nice time closed off from the world with your significant other, and give your relationship a chance, okay? Because it deserves it. All right. So that is all the time that I have for you guys. I'm probably going to be on my probably going to be on the other app. I'm going to probably be on the Clock app later on this evening. So if you want to join me over there, make sure you go follow me on all social media platforms. You can find me on the Clock app under the Earthy Girl Experience, as well as on FB as well. On the book app, you can find me there under the Earthy Girl Experience. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so that way you can be informed whenever I do readings for your sign again. Okay, so I love you all for watching. Thank you for chiming in tonight, and have a great weekend, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Love you for watching. Bye now.